In February 2016, officials in Faizabad finally cracked open a treasury vault that had been sealed for 30 years. Inside, they found the remaining possessions of a reclusive local monk known only as Gumnami Baba. The dusty boxes contained a Rolex watch, a specific style of round wire-rimmed spectacles, and literature and uniforms tied directly to the Indian National Army. These highly specific items pointed directly to one man, Subhas Chandra Bose. The problem is, according to the official history books, Bose died in a fiery plane crash in Taiwan over 4 decades before this monk passed away. This discovery created a glaring contradiction. How exactly did the personal effects of India's most famous missing patriot end up neatly packed in the bedroom of an anonymous ascetic in 1985? The official narrative of that 1945 plane crash in Taipei has always faced major factual challenges. Investigators never produced a body, and early reports lacked definitive proof of death. Foreign governments certainly had their doubts. A declassified 1947 French Secret Service report explicitly stated that Bose escaped Indochina alive, directly contradicting the crash theory. The Indian government's own actions suggest they didn't buy the official story either. Declassified Intelligence Bureau files reveal that Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru's administration subjected Bose's family in Kolkata to intense surveillance from 1948 all the way to 1968. Consider the logic here. What possible geopolitical or domestic threat would justify running a 20-year espionage operation on the family members of a man officially declared dead? This combination of conflicting foreign intelligence and domestic state paranoia fueled the belief that Gumnami Baba was actually Bose in hiding. To resolve the rumor, modern administrations moved past old statements and turned to forensic science. To settle the historical record, the government established multiple inquiries, culminating in the Justice Mukherjee and Justice Sahai commissions. These were designed as data-driven frameworks to close the case through scientific inquiry. The commissions relied on 2 main pillars of evidence. First, they analyzed handwriting samples found in the monk's room. While one expert concluded the writing matched Bose, 3 government experts rejected any connection. But the second pillar was meant to be the final word. Investigators recovered several teeth from the Rambawan residence where the monk lived and sent them to the Central Forensic Science Laboratory for DNA profiling. This diagram illustrates the comparative DNA test. The lab tested the genetic material from the teeth against the established maternal and paternal lineages of Subhas Chandra Bose. The results showed a complete mismatch. Based on this forensic failure, the Justice Sahai Commission submitted its report in 2017 with an explicit ruling: Gumnami Baba was not Subhas Chandra Bose. However, independent researchers, led by investigators like Anuj Dar, challenged those conclusions. They scrutinized the forensic methodology and accused the state labs of manipulating scientific data. To understand the challenge, look at this data visualization. This is an electrophorangram. It's the raw chart generated during a DNA test, where physical samples translate into a wave of data peaks. Without this chart, a DNA result cannot be independently verified. When researchers filed right-to-information requests to see this raw data from the teeth analysis, the government pushed back. They cited national security and confidentiality, eventually claiming the electrophorangrams were completely unavailable. Without that raw data, the official conclusions started to fray. Independent forensic experts from both the US and India reviewed the government's procedural notes and flagged scientific irregularities in both the DNA handling and the handwriting protocols. The cracks deepened when audio surfaced of Justice Mukherjee. Off the record, he reportedly admitted that he personally believed the monk was Bose, but was legally bound by those contested negative lab reports. The same scientific tools commissioned to provide objective clarity now serve as the primary evidence for those alleging a massive modern-day cover-up. We are left with a persistent paradox. On one side, a mountain of circumstantial evidence, eyewitness testimony, and decades of suspicious state behavior points to Bose surviving past 1945. On the other side stands a single wall of government forensic data. It is the only thing blocking the survival theory from entering accepted history, yet it remains built on missing charts and redacted files. This debate now centers on the fundamental transparency of state-sanctioned history, reaching far beyond the identity of a single ascetic in Faizabad. Until the raw forensic data of this history is made fully transparent and independently verified, the ghost of Subhas Chandra Bose will continue to haunt India.